Pastor Reed, I love you, man. Here, I was a deacon at Fairview Baptist Church in Oklahoma City while I was doing pharmaceutical sales. And Pastor Reed, he's still there. Yeah, he's about 90 now. I think you are. But anyhow, he said, "Well, you know how they interview deacons and stuff,
Yeah.
and oh yeah, you know that process." So they won't let me be a deacon, you know. but I just
They were either desperate or you were impressive.
Thank you. I was impressive because they would never be desperate. No, never. But anyhow, I went through that and became a deacon at the church, Fairview. Then the job, they offered me a manager's job, district manager, I think they're called. Yeah, division, district, whatever. And Detroit, Michigan, wanted me to go to Michigan, and so I said, okay, I'm still looking ahead, looking forward, saying, okay, what am I going to do with this company? So that was in 1989. That was 1989. And so we packed up. By this time, Kelsey was born, and we packed up the kids and didn't take the dog. That was bad. But anyhow, that's a sad story. But I'm not going to do that because somebody to this day says, you lost my dog. But anyhow, yeah. So we packed up, moved to Birmingham, Michigan in 1989. Wow. And we lived there.
What a culture change.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I liked it there. Guess who didn't like it there?
I'm going to go with Wilbur.
you know, need I say anymore? But anyhow, we stayed there a couple of years, and I flew around the country and stuff, and did that. And we went to church there, but I didn't really get involved in the church because we didn't stay there long enough. Came back to Oklahoma City, and we only stayed there a couple of years. 91, we came back. Yeah, came back to Oklahoma City, and they still wanted me to work for Pfizer, Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, I'll keep my job. So they brought me back.
You went from a district manager back to a rep?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Because somebody wanted to come back to Oklahoma. And
yeah. And, if Mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
Nobody, especially me. She takes care of me, so thank you. Yeah.
We want to keep them happy.
Yeah, absolutely. So we came back, and he said, well, you can stay with us, but you won't be the district manager. I said, that's fine. Just... I don't want to hear it anymore. Let's go. So we came back, and then we affiliated with a church called Liberty Church, and it was non-denominational church. But I wasn't, there. I wasn't a pastor. I was in leadership. What do they call them? Elders?
Elders, yep.
Elders. I was an elder of the church. And then while I was there, my little brother, who has since passed, said, well, we need to ordain you. He had a church. My little brother had a church. So he said, we need to ordain you. I said, oh, I don't know about this.
Yep.
He said, we do. He had a board of elders at his church. And he said, okay, but we know. And so they put me through all this, and then they ordained me, and I got the license and all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I said, okay. But anyhow, while at Liberty, which has since dissolved, we as I said, we're elders, and my brother ordained me, he and his board. And I became an ordained minister at that point. Mm-hmm. Then, what happened? The Liberty dissolved. We started another little group from that church at Liberty. And then we all worked together so well, we decided, well, we need to do something. We can't have our church services at UCO auditorium forever.
Sure.
but we did have some services there. Then we got a group together, and we started the Father's House.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And we did that. Ooh, what year was that? Before 2000. Yeah, I can't remember the exact year. But then the Father's House started, and at that point, who was the pastor there? Ha. Now that's one I should remember. But anyhow, we have at the Father's House now Pastor Keith Runnels and his wife Dolores. They are the senior pastors, apostles of that house, of the Father's House Apostolic Center. Mm-hmm. And we have several pastors and teachers, preachers.
So you have a rotation for who teaches Sundays?
No. In the Apostolic Center, we do have other pastors that do teach, but we don't have a rotation as such.
Okay.
No. Yeah. So, but he usually teaches. The Apostle Keith teaches every Sunday except when he's gone and when he wants one of the other pastors in the house to teach. So yeah.
Now, when I hear apostolic, I think charismatic. Is it a charismatic church, or is it like a Baptist church, or?
It's not like any church you've ever been to.
Well, tell me how it's different. Yeah.
It's different in that we follow the biblical principle of apostles, pastors, teachers, evangelists, and the apostle of the house is basically the senior pastor. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And in the Apostolic Center, we have all the ministries, and we look for all the ministries and people who come to the house. And you don't have to be, a pastor, you don't have to be a teacher, but if you have that in you, then it's brought out in that house. Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, and that's how we operate. Yeah. We don't have a board of deacons as such. We do have administrators that have to take care of the books and all that stuff. Yeah.
Well, the gift of
Look
administration.
At you. Yeah. Oh, you were born in 1949.
Yeah.
Oh, Calvert was the name of that pastor, the first one. Okay. Calvert, Calvert. Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah. And he was the first pastor before we rotated into the Apostolic Center, which it takes some doing. Most of us like to operate, in what we know. Yeah. And it's taken it took me a while to accept change. And it's a big change from just.
Well, one of the reasons I like having guys like you on my show is that we have a common denominator, which is Christ.
Yes, we do.
And that's the foundation of everything we believe.
Yes, it is. Yep.
And so you may worship differently than me, you may teach differently than me, but we are still fundamentally brothers.
Yes, we are.
And we are heaven bound.
Right.
And it's all because we believe who Jesus Christ is.
Yes.
That's
the key. But who he is.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And, we base this ministry because we're counselors and my background is art, but this is still doing art. I'm still getting to create stuff with this medium. But we believe in the oneness prayer from John 17, that He is in me, I am in him, and we are
Absolutely.
one.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's the whole point of all this
Right.
is getting people to understand that you are one with Christ,
Christ.
and you can't get rid of it.
Thank you. You know, and anybody who says they don't have him.
They don't have it. You can't.
You cannot.
You can't sin him out.
Right. Right.
I mean, we still sin, and we
Yes,
when
we
we
do.
confess that
Yes.
that I did this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he goes, "We're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Shake the dust off.
You
and
are
keep
mine
going."
and I am yours.
Yep. Yep.
And I am in you.
In
No matter what.
No
And
matter-
I people think the way they want to think, but
Absolutely.
some don't believe that.
Yep.
But when you do receive that and know that, then you're a whole new person.
Whole
You are a
2
whole-
Corinthians 15.
Yeah.
You're a new
You are a
creation.
new creation.
Yes. And you just can't deny that.
You cannot. You cannot.
Because-
Even if you wanted to, you can't.
And the thing about being a new person is that you not only get a new present,
Right.
you get a new past.
Yes, you do.
Your past becomes Christ.
Yes.
Your present becomes
Yes, it
Christ.
does.
And your future
Yes.
becomes Christ.
Because you can look back and say, well, he was with me then,
Yeah.
and look at me now,
Yeah.
and I know he's going to be with me in the future. So if you can do that,
Yep.
then you are a child of God.
Absolutely. Undeniably.
Undeniably. You can fuss at me, you can shoot me, you can kill me, you can tell me whatever you're going to do, but Christ.
That remains eternal.
Yes, it does.
Yep, that
yes, it
remains
does.
eternal.
No matter what. 1949 people have a little sense.
They have
See, you shouldn't have brought me here.
no. I'm glad I did. How are we doing on time?
52.
52. Okay. So you're still active in your church.
Oh, yeah.
You still play golf.
Yes.
You still bowl.
Yes.
What else do you like to do?
I,
Play with your grandkids? You have grandkids?
we have grandkids that are almost grown now. We have a 20-year-old granddaughter and a or is he 18? 18-year-old 17-year-old grandson. Yeah.
Brian's kids.
Brian's
Okay,
kids. Yeah.
What's he do?
Brian works for FAA.
Oh.
Yeah. He's done
He
that
must
for
be
years
smart
now.
too.
Oh, don't tell him I said so. But he's smart.
The likelihood of me seeing is pretty remote, but if I do, I'm going to. I'm going to tell him.
Don't tell him. But no, Brian actually, he's a super guy. He really is. I have to tell you this story.
Okay.
Okay, because it involves Brian, and Kelsey will get to you later. But anyhow, he's a motorcycle enthusiast, like race bikes, whatever they're called, But anyhow, he rides motorcycles to this very day. Mom, he still rides motorcycles. But one year, and I can't remember the year because it was really upsetting. He was riding with his friends, and he was coming back from Langston. They had done some bike show up there, and he was, for lack of a better word, leader of the group, and he had to make sure that everybody came through, and he was the point man that stopped and said, okay, everybody's okay. Well, one day when he was coming back from Langston, he took off and didn't see the car coming.
Oh,
and
no.
it got him. Yeah. So needless to say, he was hurt really bad, really, really, really bad. And when they called me, from his buddy, one of his buddies called me and said, Mr. Mosley? I said, yeah. He said, are you Brian Mosley's dad? I said, yes, I am. He said, well, Brian's been in an accident. I said, okay. He said, and he's at hospital on, what street is it on? Down by Children's Hospital in Oklahoma City. Anyhow, I can't remember all the hospital names. But he said, and he's in the ER. I said, okay. So I was driving somewhere. So I was driving down, I guess it's Raw Extension now, headed down to the hospital. And I started praying, of course. And I said, okay, God, it's okay if he has broken bones, but don't let him have a head injury.
Sure.
So, being the believer that I am and looking back, I should have said, don't let him have any broken bones and injuries that will not hinder him, you know. But I know God gives you and answers your prayer.
Sure.
And gives you what you ask for.
Mm-hmm.
When you do it from the heart,
Yeah.
he knows. So I said, that prayer, when I got there, no head injuries. He was lucid, awake.
Yeah.
But he had legs broken, both legs broken, ankles, arms were fine. Mm-hmm. But I know, and the Spirit tells me, say, you know how to pray, but you should have said no injuries. You know how to pray.
Yeah.
And I give you what you asked for.
Yeah.
And you asked for that, and I gave it to you. So I say, Lord, thank you.
Thank you.
But he's healed now.
Yeah.
He's completely, he's still, like I said, he still rides his motorcycle.
Good for him.
And his passion is teaching as well.
Really?
And he teaches volleyball.
With broken legs and broken
Oh,
ankles.
they're not broken anymore.
Yeah.
see?
Praise
See?
God. Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right. Let me tell you this, because we're going to run out of time.
Yeah,
I
we
know
are.
I talk too much.
No, you don't. I love guests like you because it makes my job easier.
Yeah. Okay, good. I've probably talked. You can cut out all this, but anyhow.
No.
When Kelsey was born in 1984 at Norman Municipal Hospital, she was having some problems. You know, she was a preemie. She was, so back then they had oxygen tents.
Yeah.
You know, and oh God, it's so good. Anyhow, she was having problems. So they had her in this room with the oxygen tent on her, and I couldn't stand that. So I said, I'm going to go in here and get under this oxygen tent with her.
They let you do it?
They didn't stop me.
Wow.
They didn't stop me. Okay.
It's all right. I'm not taking this out, by the way.
So I said, Lord, save our baby. Make her well. He did.
He did. Praise God.
He did.
And you got to be under the oxygen tent. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that's my baby.
Yes. 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 Thank you for this. Thank you for sharing this with us.
So you can't tell me there isn't a God.
No, I wouldn't even try.
I know.
Wouldn't even try.
So,
Everybody, this is somebody you should know. That's the name of this program, by the way.
Ah.
Somebody you should know.
okay.
And Walter Mosley is somebody you should know. What a great guy. This is going to sound weird, and I don't want it to sound weird, but
Right.
I fell in love with you on the golf course
Yeah.
because our spirits
Yes, we are.
touched.
Yes, they did.
They touched, and That's why everybody should play golf.
Yeah, they should. They should. When I saw him, I said, I don't know this guy, but he's a good guy.
Yeah.
And I don't say that about very many people.
Well, me either. I struggled with Steve Raines for a while.
Oh, we still do.
I love Steve. Steve.
Yeah.
He's a true
Yes,
blue-blooded Baptist.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And we love Baptists. Yes,
Yep.
we do.
Because because he loves Jesus
Yes, he does.
as much as we do, just differently.
Yes, yeah.
And
that's
that's
okay.
okay.
That's
That's
okay.
okay.
You as that song says, I love God. Why don't you? Yeah. Oh, goodness.
So anyway, thank you,
Oh,
brother. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching and listening. I love doing this. I love meeting people like Walter. We'll see you.